We're back, changing construction experiences. This is Renovate and Build with Jim and Sandra.
Good morning. It's a great day to be listening in and thinking about what your dream space looks like, whether it's a new kitchen or even a new faucet. Weekends, I think, are the perfect time for family and home.
Good morning, everybody. Still lots to come ahead on Renovate and Build this morning. And I'm Jim Perkins.
And I'm Sandra Lummis. Asbestos. We know it's a dangerous item, but how dangerous is it? Jim, experts are warning that mesothelioma cancer rate is now one of the highest in the world. About 2.1 of 100,000 Canadians are diagnosed every year with the aggressive disease. That's, of course, according to the experts. And to discuss what the province is doing to help reduce some of these numbers, we're going to be speaking with an abatement expert, Patrick Fleck. That's all coming up this hour.
That sounds great. I'm really looking forward to that because, so many homeowners I know have gone and kind of done some do-it-themselves renovations or, okay, we'll do the demolition before you guys get there, not really considering the dangers of what's behind the wall and hazardous materials. So it's really understanding asbestos and what can be done to kind of test and prevent and talk to the experts a bit before we start to uncover this really dangerous material. I think it's really important that homeowners know kind of how to take care of those problems and who to reach out to if they are planning to do some kind of DIY in some older homes, because asbestos can be found in places that you really wouldn't think it was there. So it's going to be a great discussion.
And I must admit, I have opened walls on an old home before and never thought about it until I got too deep, and then it's too late, right? So I was worried about some of the effects and what happens, and who should I have contacted first?
Exactly. Once it gets disturbed and airborne, it gets everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So, but first, let's get our game faces on with this week's round of product face-off.
It's time for the product face-off.
There are so many new home improvement products in the marketplace that it's often difficult to decide which ones are quality products and which ones are just a waste of time and a waste of money. So we've created a weekly feature on Renovate and Build called Product Face Off, and we're fortunate enough to have Meg and Gary, two of our Fair Trade Works team members, volunteer to head out and research some of the new products and then come and tell all of us what they liked, what they didn't like about each of them.
Good morning, Meg and Gary.
Good morning,
Jim.
For those of you just tuning in for the first time, Gary is one of our construction advisors at Fair Trade Works and a true construction professional who works directly with our homeowners and business owners and helps them, advocates them, works with them side by side to help them through their construction process from start to finish. And Meg is our client care specialist. She answers questions, follow up with our clients, and also is a communications department assistant. So she's very diverse in her skill set.
Thank you, Jim. I feel so special when you describe me that way.
What would we do without Meg there? So, so you guys, this week we're talking electrical outlets, believe it or not. Gary, can you tell us why you've picked this kind of less thought about necessary product to feature on this week?
I was told to be really easy on your credit card from last week.
So he went very small.
You got it. We have electrical outlets everywhere in the house, but how many of you really thought about, where do I need them and how many appliances do I need to plug them in? So let me first introduce my product today. It's called, the name says it all, Newer Tech Power to You USB Wall Power Outlet. So pretty much it looks really similar to what you usually get at home, the two electrical outlets, but it has two side USB ports to it that you can plug in your mobile devices directly through a USB cable. So that means at the same time you can be charging 4 devices simultaneously. You can be charging your iPads, iPhones, iPods, whatever, your tablet computers, your MP3 players, everything. You can just plug in, and it only takes you a few minutes to really get used to that port, and it has a safety shutter. So when the USB cable is pulled out, then there's a shutter that closes itself, so it won't shock the current.
I think that's great because my house, when I have all my devices, as you guys will have, I got them plugged in all over the place, right?
Yes.
So it's kind of having a kind of universal socket sounds.
Yeah, you can delete that cubic adapter that comes with your iPhone and tablets as well.
Gary, can I have something in both plugins and have the two USBs filled at the same time?
So it's 4 at the same time.
Oh, that is such a space saver. Because
Yes.
all I was thinking is, in the next house I build, I would have to put like twice as many electrical outlets around. It would look kind of goofy, but there's, like Jim said, everything's full.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
That's going to save it.
Yeah, this outlet only comes in the one design, and it only comes in one color as well. It's a classic white finish. And like I said before, I was really easy on Jim's credit card. It only costs $22 to $30 each, and you can find them at Simply Computing at 1690 West Broadway.
Interesting. Meg, what's your product?
Right. Unlike Gary's, which is like useful for a lot of adults, mine is for moms out there who are, careful and they want to make sure that their areas are child-proof.
And grandmas.
And grandmas too, yes, of course. This is the Adorn Pop-Out Outlet. It basically allows you to hide your outlet when you don't need it. So you just press on the cube and it hides itself. And then when you need it again, you just press on the cube again and there it is. And you can plug 3 appliances at once. Gary's has USB ports in it. This one doesn't, but it is very useful, again, for like avoiding buying outlet plugs, just to keep the kids from touching things, right? And installation is pretty easy as well. You don't need new wires to put it in. With its innovative assembly and snap-in system, it'll allow you to simply replace your existing outlet in just minutes. And this one's a little, more expensive than Gary's. That's because it's stylish. It's at $48 each, and it comes in different designs, not just the classic white finish, but it also comes in magnesium. To paint a picture for you, it's a little like a shade of bluish gray.
So very modern.
Very modern, right.
Okay.
Goes well with the stainless steel appliances.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
all I was thinking when you were talking about your product, Meg, is when we all have small children, we put the little the plastic inserts so they're not
Yes.
sticking their little fingers in. So this will eliminate all of that.
You don't need that
Sleek and
anymore with
clean.
this one.
Sleek and clean. But also very nice just for designers who like to have that clean look. And let's face it, most electrical outlets aren't nice looking. It's just that.
This one's
yucky
fancy.
Yeah.
And
very
sorry, Gary,
neat.
how much was yours again?
Mine ranges between $22 to $30.
22 and 30, and Meg, yours was
48.
48. Cool.
But still great.
Two
Both,
different products, yeah.
and you almost want to have both.
Yeah.
A little mixture of both of your products.
And you
this week.
could. You
Well,
could. You
maybe
could
I'll have to
Gary's.
vote for both.
But just remind you, it's only $30 each, but when you're changing it throughout the house,
Right.
it's still times 50.
Great. Well, thanks, guys. If you want to know more about purchasing these very cool electrical outlets, you can visit our Facebook page and see Gary and Meg's entire extended product information. Our link is just off the AM650 webpage. It's right below the podcast buttons and the email buttons. You can see a login. It's a very small blue button there. That's where you can log into our Facebook page.
So fantastic. Thank you so much, Meg and Gary. Enjoy your weekends. And of course, we'll see you next week on our ever popular product face-off.
Thank you.
Thank
Still
you.
ahead on Renovate and Build, the serious topic of asbestos.
Yeah, that's right, Sandra. I'm anxious to hear from our next guest, who's Patrick Fleck of Fleck Construction. And I've worked with this company on an abatement project in the past, and in fact, we were recently working together on the Rosemary there, a 100-year-old heritage home, and it had a boiler literally the size of a garden shed, which was riddled with asbestos. And Patrick and his team came in and contained the area, dismantled it, and this is really specialized work. So he's going to be here talking about the new legislation, the proposed proper disposal of asbestos, and how there's kind of regulated, how it's really being clamped down on, especially targeting companies who try to claim bankruptcy instead of paying their bills. And I believe right now it's a very important topic, so stay tuned.
There's still lots more ahead. This is Renovate and Build, powered by Fair Trade Works with Jim and Sandra.